Greetings YouTube and welcome to the Blue Corner, and just to a short discussion type video. Yeah, let's just go with that. Basically, I just got back from my locals. We had the Set 8 sneak peek. I bought in 3 times, yeah. Because I really just wanted... I figured if I bought in a couple times, I'd get basically everything I need out of the set, barring some triple Rs, but I could just order those. Unfortunately, it didn't go that well, as apparently the secret is out as far as Neonectar goes. And there are at least 3 other people trying to pick up this deck, so I wasn't able to get very many at all of these. Like 3 sneaks, and I only pulled one of these. I didn't pull the grade 2. The Marujaka and Raimi are really, really good for the deck. It'll be a while yet, but I'll eventually get that up. I managed to pick up my 4th Ferrano actually today, so that was nice. But just figured I'd show you guys a quick peek at what I was able to pick up, and then give us some quick thoughts on the set. As while I think the set is really bad money-wise, it is going to have an effect on the game. So, and I also got the mat here because I was able to win the small tournament we threw together near the end of the day in order to do so. Well, no, actually, no. It ended up being like a top 2 split off, so whoever finished 1st and 2nd after that would get it, and I ended up winning my games. I played Gear Chronicle, by the way. It's basically the same list I posted before, except I decided to go with a 3rd TikTok worker, just to see how much of a difference it would look like. Like I said before in the profile, you can play with 2 TikTok workers, you can play with 3 TikTok workers. Just playing multiples of it is good, and it performed as I expected it to. Multiple attacks really do take a toll. Sucks when your opponent flips the trigger, but otherwise, like, you have that option of playing either like Set 8 Aqua Force or playing just big beats plus restanding and control. So that's the thing. So I got these as my promo cards, 2 Genesis cards I ain't going to use, and a Link Joker card I'm never going to use. This map, by the way, I'm probably going to put up on eBay. I have really no need for it. Oops. That's a Nubatama G-Guardian in a... Okay, these are just things I got via trades, because I pulled some things that other people wanted. Genesis Grade 3 Genesis G-Guardian, 4th Ferrano for the deck, and then Nubatama G-Guard, because apparently Nubatama are being played by the antagonist or big rival of the upcoming anime season, which means they're going to be getting more than 1 set of support in a year. I think they're going to get 3 in this block. So, yeah. Nubatama. They might be a legitimate deck next year. Anyway, so I pulled a Marujaka, and I pulled the other Grade 1 7Cs. I actually don't know what this thing does. Rest, mill 1. If it's a 7Cs, choose one of your other cards from the drop zone with the same grade as it, call it to open rear guard, and kill it. It's a name. There's a Grade 1 Rush 7Cs deck, apparently. I have no idea how it works yet. I have to get more cards for it, though. 1 Gelja. We already know what this guy does. You can Soul Blast it from the Soul to buff a unit by 3k, and then Soul Charge 2 if you have a Fenrir Vanguard, but no, it's part of the loop, along with this broken-ass stand trigger. I don't think a lot of people are aware of the deck just yet. There's like a little bit of buzz over it, but people don't know the actual combo for Fenrir Loop, but we'll see soon enough, especially in a best of 1 format. This deck is disgusting. A Ghosty trigger, because why not? Neonectar finally gets their Malevolent Jin clone, so just in case you need Soul. It's not restricted to maidens, so you can run in there. I grabbed whatever Arbros cards I have. I have Arbros. I don't know if I'll build it. I think the deck's awful. 1 Bale to Ghosty. I think this is all you need for Night Rose moving forward. 1 7Cs Grade 2. Let's see. When your other unit with 7Cs in its card name is placed on rear guard from drop zone, it gets 2k power until end of turn. And drop zone, choose a card from with 7Cs in your hand, discard it, and call this to an open. Ooh, that's actually pretty good. It gets Pledge Tins in drop zone, it gets Night Crows in drop zone. I don't know why I would cut for this, but yeah, this is a good card. Okay. And then I pulled, no, actually I traded for these. I traded for a Negro Lily and a Gouache. I ended up pulling the Regalia Stride and Regalia Stride Bear. Someone wanted them, so I ended up grabbing these things, which is great because this is arguably the best triple R in the set, if not the most expensive one. It's a 4 of in Night Rose, and I think it's a 2 of in 7Cs. I have to play both decks to see which one will be better going forward. From what the Japanese results are showing us, though, Night Rose is seeing just as much, if not more, play than 7Cs, so I guess it just shows how bonkers this thing is. Like, this thing's really good. It's a really good first stride. It's a good mid-game stride. It's a great late-game stride. But, yeah, and this thing's pretty good too. Like, it means you don't have to run Screw You, although I might still run a copy of it. But anyway, so some quick thoughts on the set. Obviously, this is going to see attention because of the loop, and we all know how this game and how this community can be with loops. It didn't take long. Well, no, it did take a while for the reference looping nonsense to begin here, but I think it'll be quicker to do this, and eventually this will be hit in some manner. The Fenrir card itself is actually very good. I think he'll start off at about 40. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if he sells at about 25 to 30 USD. I'm thinking, whereas to me, I think in Canadian funds, because I am Canadian, and side note, I make a fair bit of my orders from face-to-face. They're pretty good for Canadian stuff, so yeah, if you're a fellow Canadian, look at them, as they usually get stuff quickly, and they usually restock quickly, although it's difficult to get older cards off of them, so I'm probably looking to eBay in order to SP out my Narukami deck. But anyway, so I think he's going to be about 40 Canadian. He might settle down at 30. So this will see play. Neo Nectar is getting a lot of attention in Japan. It's supposedly a tier 1.5 deck because of the interactions between Verano and Marujaka. I haven't actually done a combo video on this yet. I really need to, as if you're able to stride into this thing and you have one of these in hand and the appropriate means to make this play, you can go potentially +9 on your first stride turn. So yeah, and you're swinging with like pretty big comps too. Like, Neo Nectar players already know about this combo deck, but I would not be surprised if other people eventually see it. So we've already covered Genesis, we've already covered Grand Blue. Pale Moon's not going to do anything. Whatever success it's had so far, it's going to see that amount, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. I don't think so, really. The Rise in Grand Blue, though, is going to make it much more difficult to play straight-up control decks like Kagero and Narukami. So I would not be surprised to see Kagero drop back down to tier 2, at best tier 1.5. Even with the Nile Griffin and Defeat Flare, that deck is still struggling against multi-attack decks. But because that deck exists, this might be kept in check. And same for this, like, the Nile Griffin shuts down the Angelic Wise Men and Stand Trigger loop. Gold Paladins, I don't see them. They might get a spike in play, but I don't see why you would play Gold Paladins in a competitive environment when Royal Paladins are just better at that job. So I've covered those. Link Joker will see play. I don't know if it'll be Chaos or Messiah, but I think they will still see play, as they do a pretty good job of keeping decks like these in check, although they don't have any way to interfere with the battle phase. So Genesis player will hold their cards until they feel they're ready to go off and then just try and kill you. The new Messiah Stride, though, is pretty okay, and they got a good card from Fighter's Collection. What else? Let's see. Gear Chronicle will still continue to be good. They didn't get anything from this set, and to be perfectly honest, the Clan Booster coming up only gives them like one good card for the variant that matters, but they'll continue to still be one of the top decks. We still have multiple TikTok workers here, whereas in Japan they only have one, and this set combined with the TikTok worker hit made Gear Chronicle drop down as far as I know, but it'll still continue to be the best, if not one of the best decks, and Angel Feathers will still be good. Like, we're still going to have our meta of Grand Blue, Gear Chronicle, Angel Feather as like the top dogs, and then we just have decks like these nipping at the heels. We'll see how people go with these. I don't know how this plays in a best of 3 environment, and same for this, but people will play them just because there is hype around them. And then after that, it's like Vanguard is Vanguard. Despite the fact that we have these clearly really good decks in the game, a lot of other decks are still plenty viable in the competitive format. You will still see those Great Nature tops, Nubatama tops. Well, no, not sure about Nubatama. You'll see Great Nature, Murakumo, Mega Colony. Like, a lot of things can still top in spite of these decks coming out. That just shows how Set 8, despite it bringing a lot of good cards to good clans, will not like bust the game wide open. And that's pretty much all I can think of. I will probably do a market watch video within the next week on certain cards, just to see how they go up because of this set coming out. Like, this card I think has the potential to balloon in price. Like, if this deck takes off like people think it might, then it could easily double. So if you haven't gotten your set of Piranhas yet, I would. And same for Fenrir. Like, if this deck takes off, then the Stridebearer Fenrir is going to be expensive. So if you haven't already picked up these cards and you're looking to, I would do so. And that's pretty much it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this little bit of talk. I'd like to do more videos like this often. It's just I never really get an opportunity due to just not really having good material to work with, but this will be the exception. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Until next time, this is Boost 9, jacking out.